Welcome to the Local Business Show. Seth Green is a nationally recognized marketer who is the nation's foremost authority on growing local businesses through direct response marketing podcasts, and the only person to be nominated 3 times for the GKIC Dan Kennedy Marketer of the Year Award. Seth will be joined by a capable cohort of co-hosts who are each local business marketing experts in their own right. On the podcast, Seth and his co-hosts brings together small business owners and other local business authorities to share with you their inspiring stories of how they started their local business, how they serve their local business clients, how they grow their local business, and how you can too. And now, here's your host.
Hi, everyone. This is Chris Richmond from Umbrella Local. I've got a fantastic guest with me here today. Her name is Jenna West from Hamilton. Jenna is a freelance copywriter and has a lot of experience to share about how she's gotten started, broken away from normal corporate gigs, and now has clients and is an entrepreneur unto herself. She's got some great nuggets of wisdom to share, so I'm really looking forward to this discussion. Welcome, Jenna.
Hi, I'm so excited. Thank you.
Great. Well, Jenna and I reached out. We connected on LinkedIn, and she has a great background here in the Toronto area, and I really would like to know a little bit more, Jenna, about your background. You're working right now as a freelance writer. So is that, when people think copywriter, sometimes they think sales letters. But what other kinds of copywriting do you do?
I have a lot of roles. So I work under the scope of freelance social media marketer, strategist, consultant, and also content creation. So yes, of course, copywriting for emails, which look like newsletters, or also blog writing, whether it's ghostwriting for, a corporate leader, director, or if it's just to help bring more people to the website. I mean, blogs do a lot, but it doesn't stop there. I also do social media content creation, so putting together the copy. I personally love doing short form copy. So again, if I'm doing a blog, it's normally a page. Social media, sentence or 2 sentences. Ghostwriting for scripts, so for actual videos. Right. Writing, it really ranges. But again, I would say expertise falls in social media marketing and short form copy.
Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely an in-demand thing these days. So how have you been able to find clients or have clients contact you? What sort of tools or sites do you use to find opportunities?
Yeah, I actually started off using Indeed, and I would solely look for freelance positions. So this means I was already seeking a business owner that knew that they needed my help, that knew that social media or content creation would help benefit their business. I, in fact, to this day, after freelancing for a couple of years, have never reached out to anybody on social media. I personally don't have a business Instagram or Facebook account. All of my business started off growing via sourcing specific freelance roles on Indeed. Right. And a lot of my newer business is coming in from LinkedIn. And my LinkedIn portfolio, I'd like to consider it, shows obviously some important resume highlights, some links to my actual work, but that sums up, how I source work in the beginning and kind of how things are starting to shift. But that's kind of the story.
Good. So definitely some opportunities coming into you. That's fantastic to hear. And obviously, yes, the more you have as a portfolio to show, I think the more it helps. So that's wonderful. And would you say there were any specific names that you would like to drop in terms of podcasts or websites? How did you help learn more of the craft of social media organizing and your copywriting skills? There's school. I know you had a fantastic educational experience, but we're always learning in this industry. Who do you learn from? Well,
I would say if anybody's interested in social media, I I consume a lot of it. I'm a consumer
Sure.
by nature. I spend a lot of time on Instagram. I spend a lot of time, searching the web. And so very naturally, I feel I'm always learning because
Mhm.
that's a passion of mine. I love reels right now on Instagram. So, me being a social media marketer, I'm constantly going through, what's a good reel? How do you make a reel go viral? In addition to that, I've actually really loved LinkedIn's. Their certifications. They have a new
Yes.
schooling on there where you can do 30 days for free. Everybody knows who LinkedIn. If people are going to go back to school or perhaps want to, do a career change,
Mhm.
use names that people know. Get certified by LinkedIn. Do a 30-day course
Mhm.
because people know who LinkedIn. Do a social media marketing course on LinkedIn. I have really loved it.
Right.
And also Facebook, another big name. If you're going to get your social media marketing, your 30-day, one up type of, diploma, Facebook, LinkedIn, two great ones. And then if you're looking for more longer term, Udemy was one
Mhm.
where
Mhm.
I did a specific copywriter SEO type of certification. That one took a little bit longer, but you're still under that 30-day and very low cost. So all of my options, in addition to my 4-year degree and diploma, have been low cost, but by bigger names.
Right. Indeed. No, and definitely, I obviously a brand value there. You're getting quality education. But yes, I've used Udemy for course creation training in the past, as well for body language training. It's something interesting that I'm passionate about as well, is just learning how to communicate and talk and get to know other people. Because as a consultant, you come in as a third party to an organization, and you need to know how to negotiate with people, communicate with people, and very quickly break down those barriers of mistrust and get them to trust you so they can see you as a consultant of value coming
Very
in.
cool.
Yeah, so that's one investment that yes, Udemy has definitely helped me as well. So definitely, and yes, I've used the LinkedIn training in the past.
And it's
Good.
like such a new day and age.
Mhm.
One thing that I've been looking at to be a part of, not only for the certification or educational value, but is live events. I
Mhm.
mean, they're
Mhm.
here to stay, right? It's just the world we live in right now where, Zoom is becoming such a daily use. And so going on an Eventbrite to look at some live events or workshops so you can network. And if you're looking for, a new career option, you're amidst some great individuals that are going
Mhm.
to help you source perhaps, your new best thing or, perhaps maybe a client. So, searching for live workshops, again, low commitment because normally they're going to be about a day is another great option.
Indeed, indeed, yeah, great value, and yes, immediate return on that investment in training that you can apply. That's great. So wanted to ask a question then about working with clients and coming in as a third party person. How do you, I guess, gain their trust? They've seen your portfolio, a manager has hired you, but you have to work with a team. Do you have any techniques or tactics to get to know people? It's tough in today's day and age. Obviously, sometimes you're only meeting over video. It is over remote distance. You don't get that personal one-to-one touch where, yeah, I can sit beside you and see what the office is like and see what the environment is like. How do you overcome some of those barriers to communication? Do you have any tips or tricks to share there?
I think really it comes down to working with the client's preferred communication style. Not
Mhm.
everybody wants to go on Zoom. I know everyone is saying it's a must and it's necessary, but when the client hires you, it's what they want. You're the expert in the service you're providing. But if that person wants to communicate via email, then communicate via email. When I start off with a new client, I'm pretty specific in outlining the agenda for the scope of work. So
Right.
if I have the understanding that this person needs to complete, say, a website build, right? They need me to create the About Us copy. They need me to create the service page copy. Then I say, okay, what's priority? What do we need to do first? And then I lay it out either week by week and maybe set up a call at the end of the week to ensure that we've completed the deliverables for the week. I think it's really coming down to one, communicating in a way that's preferred by the client, and two, putting together an agenda, some type of communication plan. So you're delivering, one in a capacity that works with you, but also is aligned with when they need things done. I think that's the true kind of two key, bullets that will allow for you to build trust. because I'm not somebody that, wants someone, reaching out and always checking in. Like, I want someone to entrust that I'm getting stuff done. But in order for them to know that, I think having an agenda is so, so key.
Indeed. Yes, absolutely. It's all about, as a project manager, which is really the role you're playing in that, you're setting expectations to say, this is how I communicate. Is there a gap with how you communicate? Okay, let's make sure we bridge that gap. Let's make sure we set expectations for, yes, when do you want, how often do you want to check in? How do we resolve conflicts? If you don't like something that I'm doing, how are you going to tell me in a timely manner so I can adjust and course correct? There's so many great reasons, yes, to have that plan, to have that agenda and say, this is what I'm planning on doing, and this is what I'm going to be executing. You can trust that I will get there. But if you don't like what I'm planning, let's talk about it now before I get started and before we waste anyone's time. So no, absolutely 100% important, very critical to make sure everyone's expectations are set upfront going into that working phase. You've done the negotiation, you've won the role. Now let's actually execute and get the work done. So yeah, fantastic. Good. All right. Well, we're just about done, out of time here, but I want to just ask one more question. What would you say with all the success you have achieved so far? What has been one of your big challenges that you still have out there that you see as a goal for yourself?
I think one of the biggest challenges is delegating, and is finding, a wing person to grow my team. I'm only one person, and I think, a lot of my clients see that as a benefit because they've grown to love me. But as I have more people reach out to me, I don't have the time to take on new clients. In fact, I don't. But if I want to grow, then I need to add to my team. And I've had, interns, I've had part-time help, I outsource some things. But I think in order for me to truly grow, I do need to add a full-time team member. I'm busy enough for that. Right. But of course, it's hard, right? It's hard to give up everything I've built and entrust that someone is going to provide, the same, one passion, same heart, the value value. But that's where I'm at. And that's definitely a challenge, is finding the best, suited person to come on board and, buckle under the name of Jenna West Writes and be able to deliver. And also, I see that as being a challenge in explaining that to my clients. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to be doing this anymore. Brittany or Sarah or whomever is going to be doing it. And also, also explaining that don't worry, they're going to be great. They're going to do it. So that's what I'm, leading towards. That's what's needed next. But that has been very hard for me to do. And again, it's been pushed to the burner because I'm like, I'll just do it. I'll just work all day. But you know what? I'm not going to work all day. I'm not going to grow. I have some really cool clients reach out to me. And I have to shoot them down. So that's the next step for me. But we're going to get there.
Good. You are a one-person brand, and you have to protect that brand, and it's your reputation. And yes, it is a lot of trust bringing someone on board. It's not easy, but we'll leave that for a topic for another podcast another time, perhaps. Is management 101. So thank you so much, Jenna. I appreciate your time joining us today. You've shared a lot and some great experience, and I'm sure you're going to have more and great future success. So thank you so much. This is Chris Richmond signing off from Umbrella Local. Take care. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.